Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. They're just off a road trip, and the Wizards are looking to settle back here at home. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year. A year ago, they each gained a victory at home, but couldn't secure a win on the road.
Yeah, two clubs that rarely face off, East versus West. This is going to be a nice treat for the fans.
Well, kicking off this two-game season series, I expect a lot of feeling out by both teams and the coaching staff, and then a number of subsequent adjustments in this one.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, guys, John Wall was the #1 overall pick in 2010, but he still thinks he's got a lot left to prove. Now, a bone spur in his knee held him back for several years. He's gotten the surgery now, and he says some people get their success early. Some get theirs late. I feel like my time is just beginning. Kevin?
Certainly one to watch, David. Thanks. Already, Brent, we've seen a changing of the guard of some teams where a new player is now the #1 option.
Well, I expected that this year we were going to have some of this take place. A lot of the reason why I would point to it is that you had 9 new coaches in the NBA this year. So there's going to be opportunity on some of those teams for somebody to take advantage of a new offense, a new way to play, a new way to get up and down the floor. And with that opportunity, some guys are taking full advantage of it.
I love the new opportunities, though, for some players that may have been pushed to the side a bit.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I like the opportunity maybe for some of these teams to start changing some of the older guard with their squad. Maybe come trade deadline. I think this year there's going to be a lot of movement come February because of those coaching changes.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So for Oklahoma City right now, Robertson and George fill out the wings. Patterson is the 4 with Adams in the middle. And it's Westbrook in at the point guard.
Paul George can be dangerous out in transition. Great job finishing there.
To the middle and stolen by Patterson. Here's George. And it's sent back by Morris. About a minute played so far here in the first. To the inside, and it's slammed in by Howard.
That's the way to put your vertical to good use. Dwight Howard on the jam.
Now here's Westbrook. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against the Hornets in Charlotte.
And we got to talk about his 4 steals on the night. That's a complete performance at both ends of the floor.
Now here's Wall. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Beal from long range. Thunder have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Inside. Here's Washington now. To the paint. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Here's Westbrook. Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. He kicks to Robertson. Patterson, the screen. They set the pick. Adams with the screen on Wall. Westbrook passes to Patterson. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Dwight Howard.
And Steven Adams, the kind of guy who on a nightly basis is so appreciated by the star players on the team, and certainly the coaching staff, just doing dirty work, setting screens, scoring on the inside, being a physical presence. And he's taken some strides, I think, Kevin, offensively, being able to score sometimes out of the box.
No good on the free throw. And you look at Adams' per-minute scoring averages, Brent. They've gone up every season.
Well, it's got to help having Russell Westbrook setting the table and the type of attention that not only Westbrook drew, but also PG and Carmelo Anthony for a season. So obvious uptick in the offensive numbers for Steven Adams, but he is improving, and you see some confidence in the offensive end of the floor.
He hits the second from the line.
Well, the Kiwi Adams, born in New Zealand, was the Thunder's first-round pick back in 2013. steadily coming into his own now on the offensive end.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game. Oubre kicks to Wall. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's foul number 2 for him.
A little over aggressive. He's got to dial it back if he wants to stay on the floor. 2 fouls in the first. Tough to overcome.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Oklahoma City. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. It's tipped.
And right now they're like a light switch in the off position. 1 of 5 so far. Not an ideal start.
Patterson, that's good.
Well, Patterson being a little more assertive in the offense here tonight. Ready to shoot that time off the direct pass.
Back to Wall. It's stolen by Schroeder. Here's Roberson. He's covered by Beal. Outside, George. Screened by Adams. And Paul George with the 3. George has got 5 points so far.
Well, an accurate three-point shooter. Paul George can get it going from distance.
Morris a screen. No one near Wall as he lets it go. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Oh, a little punch, counter punch action. Neither side flinching here.
Yeah, both sides trying to keep up with one another, but doing it from distance.
Here's Oubre. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim. You know, Kelly Oubre is an X factor for the Wizards. Last season, stepping into the 6-man role. Still very young. He could help take them to the next level.
Two shots.
Free throw, good, Oubre. And Kelly Oubre taken after 1 year at Kansas with the 15th pick of the 2015 draft.
You know, he came in as a raw prospect, a 5-star recruit in high school, plenty of potential. The Wizards not a lot of salary flexibility, no longer drafting in the lottery. Oubre might be their best shot at improving from within.
Well, they depend on him to score, and that doesn't mean just from the field. Sometimes it comes from the charity stripe.
Schroeder with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. Patterson, the screen. The shot by George, wide open. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
No, right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
To the middle. Howard can't hit.
A highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
Man, what a missed opportunity there. Really just came down to some poor timing.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Ball passes to Oubre. Kicks to Beal. Morris with the screen for Beal. The 15-footer. It's hauled in by Adams.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job. Right now they're winning because of him. Love the shots that he's taking, and he's got the green light.
Morris with the screen for Wall. Howard, the pass to Oubre. That's tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession.
And with the pause here, how about the stats for Bradley Beal? Good season for him last year. He put up about 22 points a game last season, 4 assists and 4 rebounds, and he led the charge when it came to scoring, led the team.
Yeah, he shot the lights out all year long from a variety of spots on the floor. Love that versatility.
Now here's Wall. He had 15 points last out, and it's good for 2. Wall's got his second bucket of the night.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
Here's Patterson, and George kicks to Roberson. Ball's knocked loose. Beal with the steal. Passes it to Howard. Dishes at the wall. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field. Here's Schroeder. Down low, Adams misses from close range.
Yeah, I think the defense made an impact on that play, making the shooter feel a bit uncomfortable on release.
Oubre kicks to Beal. From outside, off the mark. Oklahoma City leading by 5. George, that's a 2-pointer. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yeah, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
Here's George. Following the basket by Markieff Morris. That shot off the mark.
Yeah, just misjudged the layup. Defense has to be better. Very fortunate there.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And Bradley Beal earning that first All-Star nod in 2018. A top 20 scorer. He can hurt you from just about anywhere on the court.
The Wizards have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Shooting 2.
That free throw missing. And Beal just turned 25. Have we seen his best, or do you think he can take his game to even another level?
I think the key is going to be him staying healthy. Injuries have kind of plagued him early in his career. With health, he'll be able to refine his game and fortify his defense and expand that offensive repertoire.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
And for him, that is an ugly trip to the line. Rarely do you see him do that.
But he gets it back. On the pass to Noel. Felton attacking. Washington with the rebound. Howard's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Porter passes to Wall. Green kicks to Beal. Green with a screen on Felton. 5 on the clock. Here's Beal. And another miss by Washington.
And right now, I think just his demeanor is hurting the team. His shooting's been off, and he knows it.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. With today's superstars often joining forces, Brent, we hear some retired legends saying they wanted to beat their rivals, not join their rivals. What do you think?
I saw a lot of joining going on from some of the guys who make those comments, Kevin. So that sort of stuff just eludes me as to where it's coming from. This league has always been dominated by teams that have at least two, if not 3 upper echelon
superstar players.
Superstar players that end up winning titles. So it's happening now. It happened then. It will continue to happen.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Mirza Teletovic is checked in for Howard. Rivers comes in for Bradley Beal. And Satoransky subbed in for John Wall. Both free throws good from Noel. Wizards trail by 5. And here is Satoransky. Teletovic dishes to Green. Goes up to the stripe. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Here's George. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
PG played his first 7 seasons in Indiana with the Pacers and guided them to 2 Eastern Conference Finals appearances. And that playoff PG moniker that he came up with, it holds true if you look at the numbers. And when the Pacers were about to rebuild, I think Paul George let them know that he was willing to move on to continue his career somewhere else.
And he makes the first. A lot of fans in Indiana upset with Paul George for deciding to leave. Do they have a point, Brent, or is that unfair?
I think it's a little unfair, Kevin. 7 great years from Paul George. Obviously had to recover from the leg injury and came back strong. But PG wanting to go somewhere where he could win a title. And that's a decision that every player has to make. PG thought somewhere else he might have that opportunity and maybe more chances to do so.
Satoransky, the pass to Rivers. Washington shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And Austin Rivers out of Duke, an elusive 6'4" combo guard.
I mean, a great handle, and he's found most of his offensive success with his development as a long-range shooter. It's gotten to the point now where you want him to put it on the deck.
That one misses.
And the missed free throws starting to be an issue.
Noel, a screen on Satoransky. Here's Schroeder, and count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Schroeder finds some deceptive ways to make you foul him. Someone who can nail some shots despite getting hit on the way up. And Dennis Schroeder, a.k.a. Dennis the Menace, remember, coming over from Germany, has been a great slasher and an attack point guard who likes to get around the rim and challenge some bigger defenders.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And with Schroeder, his ability to cut back, Brent, with the ball is what makes him a great playmaker.
Yeah, he plays some games around the screen, and his vision has improved. Being in that system, some predictive passing has helped him along, and he still has some flash and flair to his game. Like to see it when he plays with that kind of confidence.
He misses the free throw.
I think it's been kind of cool to watch Austin Rivers play under his dad, Doc, a shifty combo guard with fantastic skills.
Roberson, he's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. And he's good on the second.
Austin Rivers, the 10th overall pick in 2010. Things didn't work out in New Orleans and found a home in L.A. with the Clippers, playing for his father, and now a member of the Washington Wizards as somebody who can come in and give him some backup scoring potential.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Porter kicks to Green. Porter with the screen for Green. They get it again. Teletovic misses. Oklahoma City leading by 8. Grant the pass to Roberson. There's a screen by Noel. Back to Roberson. 6 on the shot clock. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Roberson's got his first 2 points of the night. Well, Brent, Austin Rivers, the first ever NBA player coached by his father. Have you ever sensed any tension with that relationship?
I don't think I sensed any tension, but I'm sure it was awkward for the time that Austin was in L.A. with the Clippers for some of the teammates around, and then Austin signing a lengthy extension. It made a lot of people raise an eyebrow, but his game has developed. He's gotten better as a pro, and now he's going to have an impact for this Washington Wizards team this season, where they're going to need some help, and that's scoring punch off the bench.
Wizards trail by 10. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Satoransky, the pass to Rivers. Doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Grant. And Noel kicks to Grant. And Noel with the basket on the assist by Grant.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
Now here's Rivers. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Memphis. He's off on that one. The Thunder leading by 12. Felton attacking. Using his post move to get the 2 points. And that's 13 points for Paul George.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
They get a hand on it. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here.
Now let's take a look at Paul George. Some stats on him. He's coming off an excellent season. Averaged about 22 points per. Just over 2 steals and 5 rebounds. And impressive numbers, no doubt. It's the kind of run we've come to expect from him.
Synergy, all elements right now working together, and the game is coming so easy right now.
And you can see they're struggling from the field.
The shot misses. Here's Roberson. He's guarded by Rivers. The offensive rebound, George. A beautiful reverse layup. George has got 15.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And that one's good by Porter.
This is the kind of guy that you wake up in a cold sweat the night before you play him. Just a matchup nightmare. Tricky, confident, and he takes on all comers.
Now here's Felton. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. The putback. That shot no good. Looking at Oklahoma City, they took the win in their last game against the Hornets in Charlotte. And that one's good by Porter.
I like that, staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
On offense, here are the Thunder. They're on a 15-6 run. George, that's a 2-pointer. And it's George again missing. Satoransky against Felton. Now here's Rivers. Defense is right there. From 13. And Zaletovic kicks to Green. Over George. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Felton the pass to Grant. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing. The passion that they're playing with up and down the floor.
Now Rivers. Here's Green. Green. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. We come back right after this. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine. So.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a very convincing performance from the Thunder so far.
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
That's a quick way to build the lead. But, Greg, can they sustain this kind of effort all night long? We'll see.
Taking a look at the Thunder. The 4 and the 5 are Grant and Noel. Felton is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's George in at the small forward position. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Bradley Beal became a first-time All-Star in 2018, but he knows the next step is becoming a better leader. He said, sometimes I can be nonchalant, locked into myself and not saying anything. It's just my personality. And as a leader, you can't be that way. You have to encourage your teammates and don't be afraid to say things. Don't be afraid to be a leader. Kevin?
Good story, D.A. Thank you. The Thunder went into free agency with a lot of question marks, but ended having a big summer.
Able to retain Paul George, and that was the first and largest key. Getting a player like Noel for cheap was also a big help for this group. The Thunder were at a fork in the road last season, but this team now as dangerous as ever. And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Green, no luck.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Takes the three, and it's Westbrook. That time on the assist by Felton. Felton has got 3 assists tonight.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Now here's Rivers. There's the pick. The fader. Hangs. And Teletovic puts it in. Teletovic has got his first points in this one.
Terrific effort from Teletovic, getting himself into the right spot, banging around there.
Here's George, and it's blocked. Outside, Green. He dishes it to Teletovic. Kept alive by Washington. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
That's what you get with a bigger guard, a guy that can carve out a little bit more space, and Rivers does a good job that time.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Howard's checked in for Mirza Teletovic. Markieff Morris comes in for Jeff Green. Oubre's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. And it's John Wall in for Satoransky. Brent, we've got great dunkers now, but you played at a time when there were sensational dunkers in the NBA.
Yeah, I saw a lot of guys go over the top of me.
Including yourself.
Too kind. Here's the money. Kevin, I think about those old, and we remember these, the old VHS tapes where you used to get like the dunk highlight tapes. Those are still
Sean Kemp.
Oh, so fresh in my mind.
Dr. J.
Dominique Wilkins over the top.
Yeah.
MJ over everybody.
Young Vince Carter.
Kenny Skywalker. I mean, just the list goes on and on. But the best in-game dunker, I think it's pretty unanimous that Vince Carter still holds the title.
Well, John Wall, Derrick Rose, and Russell Westbrook came into the league around the same time. All of them in the conversation for most athletic big point guard in league history. Of the three, I think John Wall, the most prolific playmaker, always looking to create for his teammates.
And that one falls for John Wall. And John Wall is such a multifaceted game, it almost feels wrong to call him a pure point guard. But that's what he is, isn't he? Just loves to set up his teammates.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And he can score at a high level, but that helps him as a playmaker. Guys thrive playing alongside him because he commands so much attention.
Good on both.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Schroeder kicks to Patterson. Schroeder against Wall. Oklahoma City moving it around. Patterson, the screen. Schroeder outside. Screen by Adams. And that one's good. Schroeder's got his third basket of the night.
Nice use of the pick and roll from Schroeder there. Allows him to get an easy shot.
Washington calls timeout.
Well, Dennis Schroeder showed he can handle high usage in an offense. Was the first option for the Hawks this past season. Even with defenses keyed in on him, he was able to average right around 20 points.
A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Washington.
And you can see how important those inside baskets are. This is a team that loves to work the ball inside, whether the entry pass or off of a drive. They like to feed on those high percentage looks.
Now here's Oubre. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Memphis. Back to Wall. Howard with a screen on Schroeder. He took good advantage of that screen. And that's now 11 points for John Wall. And with Schroeder, he said he learned how to deal with all that extra defensive attention.
And being able to stay productive when dealing with the best opposing defender goes a long way in the NBA. Schroeder also managed to cut down on his turnovers while taking on more of a playmaker role. Strong year for him offensively, and I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to grow as a player.
Grant in the post, covered by Oubre. Schroeder against Wall. Schroeder dishes to Adams. Here's Grant. And it's off from three-point range. Wizards trail by 14. Oubre, no one around him. Here's Howard. Second chance shot. Count that one. Howard's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, that's when you love to see the strength of Dwight Howard marching through the defense and just ripping away the second chance opportunity for an easy score.
Now here's Schroeder. He has 7. Here's Patterson. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. To the middle, here's Wall. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Wall's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, it was the Oklahoma City Thunder winning their last game against the Charlotte Hornets. Grant gets a wide open look. Cans it from downtown. Grant's got 5 points so far.
Wow, Jeremy Grant continuing to work on his game, stretching it out to the three-point line.
Pass to Rivers. Howard setting the pick for Rivers. Morris with a screen on Felton. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Rivers.
Ooh, an effortless floater from Austin Rivers.
Schroeder kicks to Patterson. Back to Schroeder. Over Wall. And it's Schroeder missing. And the Wizards with possession. They're on a 15-5 run here. Here's Howard. And Howard with the stuff.
And not a whole lot that he can do. Once Howard is in position for the dunk, he might as well start jogging back the other way.
Pass to Grant. Screen by Adams. Here's the floater. No good from Grant.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish. Yeah, he's had bad first quarters before and has dug himself out. Here's another one tonight.
Screen by Adams. Poked away. Wall with the steal. Morris kicks to Wall. Screen by Howard. Wall passes to Rivers. Howard setting the pick for Rivers. Just 5 to shoot. That one off the back iron and out.
Not a lot of defense there. You can't afford to let guys shoot freely from the mid-range. You're not going to miss those all that often.
To the inside. Patterson against Morris.
You need more of this from Patterson. Such a big frame inside. I like to see it when he's swatting it away.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. Number 1, the Thunder.
Yeah, that was a huge factor for them a season ago. Their ability to attack the offensive glass and then convert those into second chance buckets. I mean, no one did it better.
And the first one drops. Billy Donovan has faced a tough job in Oklahoma City, Brent. Star players leaving town. Some even criticizing him after they left.
The circumstances of Billy Donovan moving off of what he did at the University of Florida, making that a powerhouse Division I basketball program. It's been very interesting to have Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant to begin your career, and then pushing that team to almost beating the Golden State Warriors, losing in a Game 7 to losing Kevin Durant. Billy Donovan's seen a lot in the early part of his career. The hopes is that he continues to grow and learn. Really happy with the hire of Billy Donovan and what he brings to the table in terms of his basketball acumen.
And first timer of the game called for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
And therein lies the trick, discussing ways to be aggressive, but not committing turnovers.
And here's a look at some numbers for Howard. Coming off a terrific season. 3rd in rebounding, 7th in blocks, and a great touch around the rim. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And as you said, a top 3 rebounder last season. He just seems to know how the shot's going to come off the rim, and he always hustles to get there. Screen by Adams. Patterson a screen on Wall. Schroeder dishes to Patterson. And Roberson kicks to Adams. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And Steven Adams came into this league at 19, already a physical specimen, and has only gotten stronger. Just a bruising presence down low.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1. That free throw, no good. And plenty of bumping and elbowing inside as ever. Steven Adams strong enough, though, to come out on top of that battle.
Yeah, not shy at all about contact. Grew up the youngest of 18 children. He had to hit above his weight for over a decade. Now he's got the upper hand.
That's off as well, so he misses both. Wizards trail by 7. Here's Beal. Lays it up and banks it in. Beal's got his first bucket of the night.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Screen by Adams. Adams with the screen on Wall. Here's the lob to Adams. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Oubre. Misses off the left iron. Drive by Adams. To the middle. Here's Felton. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And maybe a little disengaged in the first quarter. Ball didn't come his way. He's really provided some scoring in the second quarter of action.
Now here's Wall. 13 points in the game. Here's Morris. The kick out to Wall. 5 to shoot. Off target from 3-point range.
I think what I'd like to see from him in this quarter is getting going from the perimeter. Hit a 3 in the first, nothing in the second.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
The potential Schroeder has is pretty exciting. Such a lightning quick point guard.
For Oklahoma City, they have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them. First free throw is good for the Wizards. Mirza Teletovic is checked in for Howard. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Morris, and Zedaransky subbed in for Kelly Oubre. The Thunder also changing it up. Noel comes in for Patrick Patterson, and it's Paul George in for Raymond Felton. Schroeder hits them both. All with it. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by George. George has got his 8th rebound here tonight. And Adams kicks to George. Screen by Adams. Using the screen. George. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. George has got 17.
Yeah, Paul George right now invested fully in this game and on both ends of the floor. Relentless on offense thus far.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. Well, you look at some of the analytics, and the best-rated player on the Wizards might surprise you. None other than one Otto Porter Jr.
And he's really become an impact player at both ends of the floor. One of the glue guys on this squad. He just impacts the game in so many ways, and sometimes it escapes unnoticed.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Porter.
Well, in the summer of 2017, when Otto Porter signed that 4-year, $107 million contract with the Wizards, it was widely questioned. Well, it's been worth every penny thus far as he's become one of the best small forwards in the game.
And Washington making a change here. Green's checked in. And Porter drops them both. And that small forward position that Porter plays, maybe the most important position in the league. You think of LeBron James. You think of Greg KD.
Yeah, and Porter able to kind of hold his own on both ends. The Wizards' most impactful defensive player. He's on those big-time players night in and night out.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. The Thunder have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
And a season ago, only converting at about a 72% clip from the line.
No good on the free throw. Markieff Morris is checked in for Mirza Teletovic. That one misses. For the Washington Wizards, they come in off the loss to Memphis.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
And it's not that you have to take chances, but you got to step up your effort and try to get disruptive. They never did that. And on the road, that's a recipe for disaster.
Here's Satoransky. Paul George making his last shot. And Satoransky kicks to Beal. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
A lot of this is just poor effort right now. He knows what the timing of the play should be. He gets a little lazy about what it could be.
Here's Roberson. There's the screen. Looking for George. He gets it there. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
A good chance to see Paul George burst that time.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. Morris with the screen for Porter. Passes it to Satoransky. And stolen by Noel. Here's George. The second chance effort. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. The Thunder have had 15 tries at the line. They've made 10.
Two shots. Last on the first.
And the first one at the line is good. Schroeder hits them both.
And love how he's getting himself to the line this quarter. If he keeps it up, it'll end up creating some foul problems on the other side, and that can always help a team's cause.
Now, here is Morris. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
It's stolen by Adams.
This game is going to get even more out of hand unless they start valuing the basketball.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. On the wing, George. Over Porter. Here's Adams, and Adams with the slam.
Well, you have to put at least one body on Adams, maybe two. With his size and relentlessness, he'll light you up on the offensive glass.
And Satoransky kicks to Green. Over Noel, buries the jump shot. Green's got his first points of the game. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Thunder lead by 13. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. John, the shot is working for you, maybe more than the drive tonight.
Oh, I'm just trying to do what the defense give me. They're giving me my jump shot right now, and I'm in a good rhythm. And you see if they help me, I'm looking to pass my teammates. I'm not going to try to force the issue. If I got the shot, I got to take, I'm going to do it. I know my team need me to do more tonight, and that's what I want to do. If I want to be a match player and franchise player, I got to take my team along with me. That's what I'm trying to do.
Got to make them pay if they go under. Thanks, John. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. From the get-go, it was Oklahoma City who came out strong. They blasted through the opening period like a tornado, at one point leading by 16. Good work for them all around as they controlled the tempo, leading by 14 at the end of one. And just a monster offensive surge from them to close out the second quarter as they finished on a 14-6 run. Shaq, your thoughts on the Thunder?
You know what, Ernie, I got to stand up on this one. I salute to their bench. Man, once the starters came out, man, the others just came to life. You got to love seeing that kind of contribution come from the others. Man, they look beautiful tonight.
And Kenny, let's get your thoughts on the Wizards.
Well, look, they turned the ball over way too much. You can't do that in the NBA. Teams are just too talented. You can't give them that many possessions. Don't give away the entire game just by giving up an extra few possessions here and there. These guys need to come with more precision in the second half.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
The dome of the U.S. Capitol building looking absolutely grand as we make our return to Washington, D.C. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it gets. He was bringing the effort down low.
Yeah, those extra possessions, considering how hard it can be sometimes to find offense, become invaluable.
We begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Wall and Beal pair together at the 1 and the 2. Inside, we've got Morris and Howard. And it's Oubre in at the 3. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. George, that's a two-pointer. They grab their own miss. Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Yeah, and coming into the league, Adams would sometimes be a little bit soft around the rim. No more.
Got a piece of it. Back to Wall, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Schroeder.
And here's a look at stats for Adams. Last year, getting it done. 4th in field goal percentage. And he did his share on the glass, battled his way into the top 15 in rebounds per game.
And yeah, he's one of the most efficient scorers in the league for sure. Moves without the ball, avoids taking the bad shots. That's why he was top 5 in field goal percentage last year. Now here's Wall. A 3 from Morris. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Morris has got his second basket of the night.
You know, at least get a hand up. It's not too much to ask from a coaching staff. Just not intimidating defense at all on that possession.
Here's George. Now here's Patterson. Launches a 3. George, no good.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Morris kicks to Oubre. It's stolen by Adams. And there's the pass to Patterson. Here's Schroeder. The teardrop falls in. Schroeder's got 13 points.
Trying to get more confident shooting from the interior. Schroeder wants to keep adding some elements to the offensive end of his game.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Feeds it to Beal. Knocks it loose. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And you know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
And Markieff Morris out of Kansas, a spread 4, as they say.
And able to stripe it from anywhere on the floor. A good secondary scorer who can also create his own shot on the block at times.
First free throw is good, and the Thunder making a switch here. Westbrook's checked in. And Morris drops them both. And so here is Oklahoma City. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Here's Westbrook. The shot, no good. And it's Washington the other way. Oubre passes to Wall. Lob pass to George. Beal with the steal. On the wing, Morris. Patterson defending. Beal, that's for 2. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Beal's got his 3rd basket of the night. The Thunder leading by 10. Outside Westbrook. Pass to Patterson. The tray. Rebound, Washington. Here's Oubre. In the corner, it's Morris. Off target with his 3. Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. In the corner, it's Patterson. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. The Wizards have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Shot by Wall. And that one goes long. Oklahoma City has gotten blank from 3-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Patterson, that's good.
Great sign when Patterson's connecting from deep. Everything for this offense starts to loosen up.
Washington calls timeout.
And sometimes you just want a reminder of what our objectives are tonight.
Yeah, get everyone on the same page and point it in the right direction.
Austin Rivers, he's checked in for Washington. Here's the list of players who had the most steals in the NBA last season. Second is Paul George, and of course Russell Westbrook.
And with all the steals these two came away with, they probably put a thought in the back of every opponent's head, and it wasn't a very good thought.
To the paint. Rivers can't get it to go.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Now, here is Morris. Steven Adams unable to get his last shot to go. Fader on the way. Morris, no good.
And a tough game for the guys around him, mainly because his shot's been hit and miss.
Outside Westbrook. George with the screen on Wall. Westbrook, no good. Wizards trail by 13. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Wall. Outside for Beal. And another miss by Washington.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
George against Beal. Left side, George. No good that time. Great D that time from Beal. A floater. The Epic goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from Morris.
A good decision right there from Dwight. Excellent awareness on that particular play.
Here's Roberson. Adams sets the pick for George. Adams with the screen on Wall. Westbrook kicks to Roberson. Shot clock at 5. Over Rivers. But he stays with it. Roberson can't hit. Washington has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Wall passes to Beal. Over George. Beal can't get that one to fall.
That's just poor shooting right now from him, and I'm not sure why he's even attempting those kind of shots.
And it's Patterson finishing it off.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, GA, he does not waste one of them.
Well, you love the NBA, but some of these guys have the DNA. He also outworks everybody. Filthy combination.
Howard really brings it on the offensive glass, using that wide wingspan to come up with those loose balls.
Here's George. Good on the baseline, Jay. George has got 23.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you could turn it up.
Now here's Beal. He's got 6. To the inside, and it's Howard finishing it off.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Westbrook kicks to Roberson. It's George on the wing. Over Beal, kept alive. In the corner, it's Patterson. Good on the three-point shot. Patterson's got 8 points in the quarter.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Washington calls timeout. And Russell Westbrook, he is a standard bearer for the Jordan brand with his own signature shoe, Greg. Few players have ever been as competitive as Michael Jordan, but you think Westbrook may be in that conversation?
No doubt about it. The similarities don't end there. The surreal athleticism, the will to dominate, and that fire, finding grudges to motivate them to their highest level. I think there's a kinship in how MJ and Russ approach the game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Green, he's checked in for Morris. Porter comes in for Beal, and Satoransky subbed in for John Wall. Now here's Westbrook. He has 7.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, just scanning the box score and looking at the rebound total tonight, I don't believe it. Shows the absolute passion he has for that part of the game.
Now here's Satoransky, following the miss by Russell Westbrook. And it's slammed in by Howard.
You have to get in front of Dwight Howard. When he has that kind of room to soar, he's going to finish alley-oops with style.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Cover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon, because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
And here is Felton. He's got 6. There's a screen by Noel. Nice shot by Felton. Felton's got 8 points.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
Rivers kicks to Green. Green with a screen for Satoransky. Again, the Wizards score.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Inside, it's deflected. Porter with the steal. With the teardrop, and the rebound goes to the Thunder. Adams has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Shoots from the... And Noel gets it to go on the assist by Adams.
Well-coordinated shot mechanics, especially for a guy with his length.
Yeah, he's certainly able to shoot over the top of people. High percentage look right there from the mid-range.
Around the world, Brent, we've seen the NBA take a role in helping youngsters learn to play the game of basketball the right way.
So incredible what Basketball Without Borders has done with the NBA junior program expanding itself. Last year in Treviso, for the first time, the NBA doing a combine for EuroLeague players so they can start a database of the older younger professional players playing overseas. It's a global game. Adam Silver is doing a remarkable job of promoting the game, and we're in a great place, Kevin.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Now, here's Satoransky. Howard with a screen on Schroeder. Off the pick. Just 5 on the clock. The three-pointer is right on target. That's 12 points for Austin Rivers.
And as they're trailing in this game, they're trying to stay in it with the triple. They're shooting a lot more of them than they did in the first half.
And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. And Washington making a change here. Oubre's checked in. Schroeder dishes to Westbrook. Oklahoma City moving it around. And Adams with the slam.
I like to see this from Westbrook when he focuses on hitting his guys. It can make the entire team better.
Howard with it. Now defended by Adams. It's stolen by Schroeder. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Looking to end his cold spell. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
Well, 1 make in 6 attempts. I think it's fair to say he's had a rough start to this quarter.
You know, every night that I get a chance to be called to do a broadcast and sit here courtside, I appreciate it so much to be able to watch Russell Westbrook this close. The combination of his motor and incredible talent, it's an all-time sort of run he's on, and great to watch it.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. Brett, we've heard people say that Russell Westbrook is not a superstar. What are your thoughts on that?
How old are these people you're talking to, Kevin? And really, how much basketball have they watched? Russell Westbrook is the elite of the elite.
Oklahoma City leading by 17. Schroeder kicks to Westbrook. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Westbrook's got 6 here in this quarter.
Look, I checked the numbers, guys. We know he is great from out there. He made 1 in the first half. Now he has 1 so far in this half. Look out.
Now here's Porter. 6 points for him. Pass to Rivers. This one for 3. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. 44 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Rivers kicks to Satoransky. 5 on the clock. Here's Howard, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. John Wall's checked in for Rivers. Satoransky against Westbrook. Adams with the screen on Satoransky. There's a screen by Noel. Here's Westbrook. Rebounded by Howard.
And that was an easy one there. Just a missed opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
And here's the fast break. Here's Noel. He doesn't hit that one. Nice D from Porter. 1 second left. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll return shortly. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Wizards trail by 20. Taking a look at the Thunder. They've got Paul George. Adams is out there with Nerlens Noel. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Schroeder in at the point. Oklahoma City's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. And that one's good. George.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Wall against Schroeder. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Dwight Howard, such a force on the offensive glass. Phenomenal at knowing when to jump up and the timing on the putback jam.
Noel, a screen on Wall. Screen by Adams. Schroeder passes to Noel and stolen by Howard. Satoransky against Westbrook. Howard with a screen on Westbrook. And Satoransky kicks to Porter. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got his 6th rebound on the night. Down low. Stolen by Satoransky. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That will be foul number 5 on him.
And that's 5. One more and he'll be disqualified. Got to be more careful.
Morris is checked in for Washington. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Patterson's checked in. Now here's Porter. Shoots over Patterson. Porter, no luck. Satoransky against Westbrook. And it's Otto Porter with the foul. That will be foul number 5 on him.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
And Washington making a change here. Beal's checked in. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Here's Schroeder. Unable to get that one. Now the Wizards take it the other way. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. It's stolen by Morris. The feed to Oubre. Paul George with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Patterson dishes to Westbrook. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That's his first foul.
Going the other way.
Roberson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Wall against Westbrook, and Wall kicks to Morris. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That is his first foul of the game. Brent, they're always trying to make the All-Star game itself more competitive. Is that an important thing to do?
I don't think overall it's important to do it, Kevin. I mean, it is an exhibition, but I do like the attentiveness of the players over the past couple years talking about how it is they want to approach the game. It ends up being a high-scoring affair with a lot of highlights, but overall, it's not the most important thing for the weekend.
Now, here's Patterson, following the miss by John Wall. Here's Roberson. Great D that time from Beal. Wizards trail by 21. Free throw line jump shot. Porter, no luck. Left side, George. Drains it from beyond the arc. George has got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for Oklahoma City.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. And here's Wall outside.
One made three formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Noel, a screen on Wall. Westbrook kicks to Roberson. Outside, George. Shot clock at 6. Fades back. And it's off the back rim. No good. Washington's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Beal the pass to Wall. Morris with the screen for Wall. Now here's Oubre, defended by George. Morris, the turnaround jumper. Count it.
Yeah, certainly an attitude change at halftime. After sort of wandering around in the first, he's kicked it into gear here for the second frame.
Now here is George. Porter pulls it in.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Here's Beal looking to get back on track here. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Tearaway warm-ups have long been a feature of the NBA. But last season, the new tearaway jerseys, they just kept ripping apart.
The old uniform malfunction, Kevin, last year. Yeah, maybe.
You even had a couple malfunctions, and that was odd.
Well, the tie, bad tie.
Yeah.
I always have bad ties.
You know,
I think they're looking back at the material choices for what they're doing. So maybe there'll be some subtle changes into this year. But it was interesting in the early part of last year. A lot of guys with a finger underneath the arm and pulling away a jersey and ripped away. So maybe the supplier will do something about the fabric this year.
And he makes both free throws.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
The Thunder leading by 20. Outside Westbrook. Over Wall. Wall with a block. And he gets it back. Another shot. The Thunder with another miss. Washington shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field. Beal the pass to Wall. And yes, it's good.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
Wall against Westbrook. Noel dishes to George. In the corner, it's Patterson. The Thunder with another miss. Wizards trail by 18. Outside, Wall. He kicks to Beal. Here's Oubre. Misses from short range.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Here's Roberson. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
You want to push Roberson further away from the basket. Inside, yeah, he's capable of scoring.
Well, we see Andre Roberson making his return from the ruptured patellar tendon of winter 2018.
Just how disruptive was it for Billy Donovan and the Thunder to lose Andre Roberson last year? The numbers were staggering in terms of the defensive rating when he was on the floor, just how good they were. And the guy averages less than 5 points a game for his career, but his impact defensively cannot be understated.
And the free throw, no good. Certain guys can play within themselves and still dominate. You played along one of the best that you saw up close in Tim Duncan.
One of the things I think about with Tim is how many numbers he left on the board, Kevin. The way that Coach Popovich played him, minimal minutes, touches when needed most, where Tim usually came through, but how much more dominant he truly could have been.
And he didn't care about numbers, did he?
Not at all. He cared about one number, and that's putting W's on the board. But how many more things Tim Duncan would have led categorically in the history of the NBA at the power forward position, but overall, the numbers would have been staggering.
And here's Wall outside, and again, Washington with the triple.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
The Thunder leading by 16. There's a screen by Noel. Inside. Deflects the pass. Howard with the steal. Pushing it up. Beal gets a wide open look. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Howard's got 3 assists in the game. Westbrook kicks to Patterson. Now Noel. Now the dish to Westbrook. Basket counts, and the Thunder lead by 15.
There's a lot of big men in the league who aren't as skilled in the paint as Russell Westbrook is.
Washington's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Now here's Porter. Poke loose. And the Thunder pushing it up now. And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Passes it to Adams. And Roberson kicks to Patterson. A three-pointer off the mark.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Morris passes to Wall. Morris with a screen on Westbrook. Back to Morris. Just 5 to shoot. Over Patterson. Here's Howard, and it's slammed in by Howard.
And the D may be a little bit shaken right now. Howard is lighting them up and doing it in a variety of ways.
And there's the pass to Westbrook. Over Wall. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Gotta make those shots. Not sure how he missed it. The defense was just okay.
Patterson down low. He's against Morris. Outside Westbrook. And Adams kicks to George. Screen by Adams. Back to George. Over Porter. George, no good.
Well, after an impressive first half, he's just not been able to get the room or get anything going here in the second.
Here's Roberson. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the Thunder lead by 16.
Well, there's no doubt that each year he gets a little better and more comfortable from beyond the arc. That helps Robertson stay on the floor for more minutes.
And Wall kicks to Beal. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Beal's got 11 points in the quarter.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Yeah, a 4th turnover there. That's just a rough, sloppy game.
Oubre's checked in for Porter. Washington calls timeout. And Greg, last season there were some signs that maybe some of his teammates didn't like playing with John Wall. Why would they say that?
You know, Wall sits almost every season in the top 3 in assists. Not a stat you associate with selfishness. Sometimes it's really about personality.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Paul George.
Plain and simple, his scoring is what made him our pick tonight. Even when the D's given him all their attention, they just have not been able to contain him. If they backed off him for 1 second, he made them pay.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Scott Brooks' huddle. He is not happy with the sloppy play offensively. He said, make the easy play. Take care of the ball. We can't afford to just give away golden opportunities. And we'll see if they can clean it up, guys.
Failure to extend the defense not going to get you back in this game.
Yeah, it's just a big mistake against a great shooter. It feels like they've just completely lost their focus.
Now here's Oubre. Another one falls for Washington.
He used that screen to perfection and got a wide open look to knock down the jumper.
The Thunder leading by 12, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his first foul. .146 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Roberson. Shoots from 12. Rebound, Washington. Morris has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Beal. The Thunder pull it in.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contested.
Now, here's George. And the rebound goes to Howard.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for Oklahoma City.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
I think it paid off, that's for sure.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Paul George.
And he was remarkable. Absolutely destroyed the opposition. Any matchup he had tonight, it felt like he was going to dominate.
The first one falls. And Morris drops them both. Here's Roberson. 55 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And here we go. Washington fast break. And here's Wall outside. No good. Shot missing. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Here's Westbrook. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Westbrook, former MVP, a remarkable combo guard, and we know he does a little bit or a lot of it of everything.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Here's Teletovic is checked in for Howard. Green comes in for Morris. Rivers, he's checked in for Bradley Beal. And Satoransky's subbed in for John Wall. And then for Oklahoma City, Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Paul George. And it's Felton in for Andre Robertson. And the second free throw, good.
Yeah, you'd like to convert them all, but that should still be enough to secure the win.
Here's Satoransky. Misses off the right iron. Here's Oklahoma City now. 11-point game. Westbrook passes to Adams, and Adams with the slam.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
Now the team came in fired up from the opening tip. To see the focus, they're ready to do battle.
Outside Westbrook. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where is your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.